This is live now.
Ah!
So there's nobody.
Ah, okay.
Nobody's watching. I just have to find. There we go. I'm just gonna wait until I open this up. There we go. And let's see. I kind of want to hide that because it's really. Okay. Hi. Today I am celebrating that I've been on YouTube for 1 year, which is really strange. I never really expected that I would end up starting a channel. And my special guest is my sister.
Hi.
So we're basically just gonna hang out for an hour or so. And I think today I wanted to just have a conversation with my sister about cultural related work, which is usually what we are most interested in. And if you stop by and you're interested in our chat, then it would be great if you drop us some questions. I think it would be interesting if my sister can ask me some questions and I can ask her questions, so it can be a little bit like an interview. So yeah, if you're hanging out, just say hi, and it would be nice to see who is. Yeah, hi Steph. Yeah, so this is my sister, and she is also really creative. She is an actress and a contemporary dancer, and she works as a producer doing theater and dance performances. So for me, it's kind of cool to collaborate. Hi, Fred. Thank you. I see Oscar Dominguez. Do you speak Spanish, Oscar? My sister, well, I think we are not very used to speaking English with each other, so
No,
this is
we're
quite
not.
strange.
It's really weird.
For me, it's okay because I'm just totally masking this, and I'm just like, yeah, I am a pro. But we come from Mexico. I know a lot of people have asked if I'm Brazilian or Italian, but no, I'm Mexican, and we have never really spoken English to each other than when we were kids and would pretend to speak English. And we could strangely understand. Oh, muy bien. Saludos para España. Yeah. So, anyway, I want to say cheers.
Cheers.
It's been 1 year. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. And yeah, how many languages do you speak anyways, Priscilla? I speak 4. English, Spanish, German, and Norwegian. And you speak 2? 3?
I speak 3, but a little bit
My sister
rusty.
speaks Italian. So if there's someone there, Sara Tolosa, are you Italian?
No.
She could speak Italian.
No, Sara Tolosa, she's a friend of mine. And
Hola,
she's
Sara.
from Mexico City, but from the north. She's from Sonora.
Del Norte.
Vámonos.
Fred, I know Fred is from the US, right? I think. I've met a lot of people through this YouTube thing from different countries, and I have to say it's quite nice. I've made a lot of friends as well. ¿Cuándo harás más covers? When am I going to play more covers? Call me as a ringtone. Oh, that's amazing. Maybe I should do a cover with my sister. Well,
No.
she could dance. Hola, Sara. Actually, fun fact, when we were teens,
Yeah.
we used to play in a band together called
The
Undertakers.
Undertakers. I used to play the bass
Yes.
and sometimes used to
Scream.
scream. Yeah.
She is a great screamer. I'm a great growler, but she screams like she's being ripped from the inside. Yes. Thanks. Call Me was really fun to do actually, and yeah, I have a couple of covers that I want to work on, but I haven't really. I think I'm prioritizing my material right now because it takes longer to produce. So I'll see. Maybe if I get a bit bored and frustrated, I might end up just doing a cover instead, just to do something in between. But yeah, maybe I can record my sister's screams while she is here. And she can be part of it. What covers would you like me to play, Oscar? What covers would you like me to play? Some traditional Mexican
No.
folk?
Well, I was thinking maybe Hold the Line. I really love that song, but it's an 80s theme.
Hold the Line?
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
but
Line.
Call Me is 80s too.
So, yeah.
And What is Love is 90s.
Yeah.
So,
But Mexican traditional, I don't know. Maybe from
OTAP. The thing, hiking, nobody, you are someone, just so you know. The thing about doing covers that are already metally is that there's not much to do with them, right? Unless I would do the twist and then make them indie pop.
Yeah.
Which probably wouldn't be that popular with my followers. But yeah, I think I've never been into doing covers, but playing covers or doing the metal version of covers that are quite known has been exciting and fun because it adds a twist to it, so that's kind of cool. But I don't know if I would do a metal thing unless it was just me screaming and showing how I do it with my technique. Everlast Santana song, Turn Your Lights On. Yeah, I can check. That guy, Everlast singer, he has a really nice tone. So yeah, I would totally be up for that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that sometimes when you try to cover like another style, you try to convert, you know, maybe it's more interesting, and I think it also expands your creativity, like expands the possibilities of like another perspective in the same song.
Yeah.
I think I like that.
Yeah, totally. I actually like that with changing the style with other types of music too. So not just metal. I heard a version of. We were shopping at H&M and there was a version of a song. What was that? The original was from Oasis.
Yes.
Yeah. What's the name of that Oasis song? The most popular one.
Wonderwall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then some guy was singing it in a really depressive way.
Yeah.
But it was still quite cool. I liked it.
Yeah.
Oscar asks if I recorded with Leo in his country. Yeah, the thing is that I live in Norway, and Leo lives here too. We live in the same county. So I live in a city called Stavanger, and he lives in a city that's like 30 minutes away from here called Ålgård. So yeah, I just had to drive to his studio, and I recorded at his place. After hearing The End of Faith, I love that you can get bluesy, jazzy. Yeah, actually, I really like to mix things up. I think the reason why I started combining a lot of styles and my influences is because at some point someone told me, I don't know if it was a teacher or someone I looked up to, and they just mentioned that it wasn't a good idea to do. And I remember that most of the stuff that I was listening to back in the day was just strictly that. And in my scene, it was very common for people to just stick to one style and not listen to any other music but black metal or any other music but death metal. And at some point I was like, what the fuck, no? So then I started having one band of each thing. And at some point I had like 5 or 6 bands at once.
Yeah.
And then I was rehearsing every day. I even had like a folk metal band where there was a guy playing a bagpipe and a guy
gaita, no? Yes.
and a guy playing a cello. So that was a bit funny. But then at the end, you start narrowing down what you want to do, and then you have to mix all the stuff you like to work with. So.
But at the end, you have a lot of influences and a lot of. You're really versatile. Versatile?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's when things sound more unique.
Yeah.
When then you mix all these different things and you make it your own. Because at the end, even if I'm mixing all kinds of different styles, it kind of sounds like my thing anyway. The only thing that's gonna sound completely different is if I really, really go far out from the style, and then I just have to do a separate project. So I'm actually gonna start a new project now with Leo's bass player Eric, and he's gonna play in my band, and it's a death metal band, so that's gonna be quite exciting. Okay, Fred, let's see, I sort of went deep diving into your old bands, and while it's mostly metal, it covers a lot of ground. Yeah, that's true. It does cover a lot of ground. I don't think I have recorded anything with the bands that weren't that metal influenced. But yeah, I think most of it is metal or hardcore or punk or hardcore punk.
Yeah. But in Mexico, when I say, well, my sister sings and, she's a multi-instrumentalist and everything, and then I show them, all your songs when where you are growling, everyone is just like amazed by your voice, like, what? That's her, oh my God, no? But I think the most, when they are like, they are just like like when they are exploding in
Ecstasy.
Yeah, in ecstasy is when I show them your other kind of stuff. Yeah. Like when you're like singing pop maybe, and they think, how is this possible that you have all this kind of
range?
Yeah.
I think actually I perfected my range because I got tired of people only focusing on the screaming.
Yeah.
So then I felt the need to have to stretch it out and include other styles. And actually with the Call Me cover, that's the first time that I've sung this type of like heavy metal, power metal style, this, it's the first time, and I was, whoa, I was impressed. And it was so fun, but it was quite an exhausting adventure. I would totally do it again, but it does need a lot of training as a singer to keep up that range. Hi, Scotty. Scotty is my wife, my virtual wife. Now she's been a really good supporter, and she's been a really great friend. Trills, I'm not sure because I've only had like professional conversations with Trolls, so I'm not sure if he's as crazy as he seems, but he's quite sweet and a really professional guy, and he's extremely talented. Like, I think he's probably one of the most talented people I've ever met. Yeah, so Scotty, this is my sister. Today I'm celebrating my 1 year anniversary on YouTube, and I wanted to have a Q&A hangout. We're having a drink, and I wanted to have a special guest. So yeah, I've been trying to put together this interview slash Zoom call with my sister for a couple of months.
Yeah.
And then it never got to that. And then suddenly she came to visit, and I'm like, let's just do it today. So yeah, Trolls is sweet and lovely. Love you too. Truls is super nice, and Eric, yeah, he's just like the nicest guy I've ever met. He's super, super sweet. So I'm gonna release 2 death metal songs soon. And Truls was actually playing drums for this, and Eric is playing bass. So I'm quite excited about the result. Ciao, Antonio. Oh, Lea.
No.
Italiano. Parlare italiano.
Parlare italiano.
Yeah. So, anyway, this the only thing I'm missing now from this death metal release is just recording the last bits of the guitar and the vocals. So that's gonna come out soon. Yeah, that's awesome, Fred. I need to actually put up something on social media. I'm really bad at keeping people updated, but I should announce this soon. I think I don't do it because I get a bit anxious. I do have a lot of anxiety when it comes to posting new things and announcing things that are coming out, because I have so much stuff going on that I don't always finish before the deadline. So yes, but you really have to be, I think, I'm not sure, I've seen some comments. I read all of the YouTube comments I get, and I try to answer all of them. And I've read some that are not really into death metal stuff or really screamy stuff, and this is just 100% that. Like, it's super brutal. So if you're not into that, then it would mean the world to me if you listen through it.
Yeah.
You don't have to like it. But it's just so you can see what we're working on, right? Yes. So, yeah, Antonio, Lydia, is Italian. Hey, queridas voces. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's nice to be together.
Oh yeah, that's Adriana.
Hola, Adriana. Yeah, we're reading everything from my laptop down here because it's kind of hard to see the little letters on the screen. So yeah, I was thinking I could ask you a couple of questions, and then you can ask me some questions. And if people have any questions, then we'll get to that as well. But my first question for you is how do you think our upbringing, now we had the chance to work together. I I was running some workshops, a combo workshop where the youth got to learn about film and street art. I'm a street artist, so I like to combine that in my workshops as well, and also music, and we did dance, right?
Yeah.
So we had a 3-day workshop where we were teaching a group of people all of these disciplines and then just combine them to create something. Um, so this was the first time that we actually worked together on
Yes.
a cultural project, a teaching cultural project, and I was very curious to see what you thought about, because I know you saw me work and I saw you work, and it would be nice to see what you think. How you think our upbringing influenced the way we work now as grown-ups.
Okay. Well, that's a difficult one. Influenced our work together and our work now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe, well, I think, like, something that we know, I mean, it's not a secret, we used to, like, travel a lot because of our dad, he, you know, things, like research stuff, and I think that possibility of changing, you know, having this, I think it's a really good opportunity to travel when you are a kid. It has its ups and downs, but I think that kind of I think it puts you in a different perspective of the world and how you need to understand different kinds of backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were working, it was really interesting that all of the people in the you know, in this workshop, they all were foreigners.
Foreign, yeah.
Yeah. No one was from Norway, right?
No.
No. They were from, and also, they had their backgrounds are really.
They were all refugees.
All refugees, yes, and I think that's you know, another level of trying to understand another kind of complexity, you know. They were from Venezuela, Ukraine, Congo,
Yeah.
and
Syria. I think.
Syria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And I think also, I mean, it's really interesting that
Bye, Rafael.
it's really interesting that you have this opportunity to work with backgrounds that are, I think, that are more, you know, like almost the same to the backgrounds in Mexico, because in Mexico we always say that there are a lot of Mexicos in the same country, right? But yeah, I think the, like, trying to understand different kinds of perspectives and like how the background, it's really complex, and also trying to understand like where the other person comes from.
Yeah. Also, another thing is we did this workshop together with Eduardo Scaramuza,
Yeah.
who is a Brazilian filmmaker and photographer and musician percussionist. He's multi-talent as well, and it was quite cool to have different cultural backgrounds in that setting, and everyone kind of joining together under our teaching concept. Because, I mean, as a person from another country, I understand that the way people learn in other countries is very different to the way people learn in Norway.
Yeah.
And then the way people teach is different as well, and the way groups behave. So that was quite an interesting.
Oh, and also, like, I mean, Priscilla does graffiti, so like the different perspectives of what graffiti can mean, you know, as dance. You know, for me, dance is not just only like people saying 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You know, it's more like a movement, performance, right? But I saw these 3 girls from Ukraine that they were so into it, like they found like this liberty in doing this thing. Yeah, you know, like I think that's really amazing to see how everyone relates to different kinds of art.
Yeah, and expressing creatively. That's the main goal. Thank you for your answer. What? Oh yeah. Okay. So Scotty's asking, how do you need your subscribers to help you sharing videos? Yes, actually, going into the topic of monetizing on YouTube, it gets a bit stressful when you have to work for reaching that goal. I haven't been doing it before, but now when the numbers are getting close, then I'm like, please, you have to watch my videos and let's try to share more. And I have this pressure of having to post more content. But what YouTube does now, which is something that people ask me very often, is you don't monetize or you don't get paid for your views unless you have over 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of views in a period of 1 year. So after the year is done, then it kind of keeps on stretching and just counting. But then that means that the views I had before are obsolete or they don't count them. But it's okay. I'll reach that goal at some point. It's just kind of stressful. It used to be a lot easier, and I remember a lot of people were complaining about this change some time ago, but I didn't care because I wasn't into YouTube, so yeah. But thank you, Fred. Thanks for sharing. Yes, sharing videos to reactors is quite helpful because it gives more views from their subscribers. And I'm very thankful, and I have to say thank you, everyone, for subscribing and for following and supporting my channel, even if there's not a lot to show. But I'm celebrating that I'm getting close to having 6,000 subscribers, which is a really crazy amount for me. That's a lot. Although for like proper YouTubers, it's like, oh, you're just starting. Let's see. I saw Trolls live at the Frog Leap concert in Gdansk a few weeks ago. He was great, both on drums and guitar. Yeah, Trolls is an insanely good guitarist. His solos are just so complex, and he's just really, really, really talented. And he's a really good drummer. So I'm very thankful to be able to have him on my next release. He is Fred, he is a very good vocalist as well. I think he's just multi-talented and he can play bass really good too. I was invited to play or to perform together with them and other people at Leo's birthday party last year, and I got to see him playing all the instruments and just rocking it. And a lot of the stuff he's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but he was better than everyone else. So it's quite impressive. Okay. Sal Rally, good luck with putting your kid to bed, and thanks for joining. Yeah. Truls is very connected to everyone. If you want help, obviously watching, you want to, but also if you want to push views, I've been putting videos on in the background. Yes, that is technically cheating, but that is, I think, allowed. Thank you. Thank you for helping, Scotty. Now I think I have like 785 hours left, which is still a lot. So I'm guessing I will reach the goal in maybe like a month. No, 2 months maybe. 2 months. 2 or 3 months. And then I'll start getting paid like 0.05 cents per video.
Woo! But if you guys want to help,
per
you
view.
can, right?
No.
So.
Let's see. Do me a favor. When the project with Truls comes out, please message me. Yes, I will message you. Yeah. Old school nerd. That's a great nickname. I'm still trying to figure out if I dare posting an actual video of those songs, or if I just put up the songs and not think about it, because I'm quite shy, in case you haven't noticed.
She's not shy at all.
Yes.
No.
I'm really shy. So I don't want to film any.
She puts herself anxious, but she's not shy.
I'm a little bit shy. Thank you, Scotty, for telling everyone. Let's see. The artist asking makes a difference. Okay, yeah, I can ask for sure. Yeah, and thanks for sharing this to the Frog Leap page now. I feel kind of bad though, because I feel like I shouldn't be, like, you guys shouldn't be sharing my stuff on Leo's page.
Why not?
I don't know, because it's a fan club or fan page for Leo's stuff, and then I feel a bit like intrusive. But as long as other people are doing it, it's okay. I can just be like, it was out of my control.
I didn't do it.
Bonjour. A ver, maybe you can pronounce that.
No.
I give you 50 crowns if you can pronounce that properly.
Bonjour de France. Continue, adore ce que tu fais. Something like that.
Bonne continuation. I don't know. I think French is an amazing language. I would love to be able to speak.
It's beautiful.
But I've actually had a fake French conversation in Paris. I just pretended that I understood. I went to a supermarket, and then some guy was like, "Oh, monsieur, excuse-moi, and I was like, oui. And then he was like, and I was like, je ne sais pas. And then he was like, okay, merci. And I was like, au revoir. And then that's it. I was like, yeah, I nailed it. Let's see.
How did you come to be in Europe?
Oh, thank you.
That's an amazing story. I don't think it's I don't know.
Well, it's I actually didn't want to move here. I was very happy in Mexico with my 1,000 bands and I was studying classical guitar, and hi Beth. And I was working at a kindergarten, and I had my own company, and it was just a really good deal I had in Mexico. But then I fell in love.
Love, l'amour.
And my then boyfriend didn't want to move to Mexico. I asked, of course, because I think it would have been kind of nice to live there together for a while. So then I just felt a little bit afraid that things would go south if I didn't move, and then I just did the move. And I moved to Berlin. And that's how this whole adventure started. Berlin was really great because I got to develop myself as a grown up. I feel that's where I actually became me. So when people ask me where I'm from, I say Mexico. They ask where from in Mexico, and I say, I don't know. But in my head, I'm like, I'm from Berlin. But I don't say that because I think it sounds pretentious.
It does sound pretentious.
Thank you, null persona. I appreciate your support, and we are celebrating with a little drink in case you want to celebrate too. Where do you guys, where are you guys at now? Like, what country do you see us from? Yeah. So Scotty has two wives. One is me and one is Beth.
Oh. So.
Maybe you can be the third one.
No, eso es como. Es como. No!
That's okay. It's allowed.
No, it's not.
Thank you. Sweden? Or Swede? Or.
Zve.
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 Sweat.
Sweetie.
Sweetie. Sweet. Sweeney Todd. Alright. We're just saying that's stupid.
Yeah.
This is really weird because normally we are a little bit stupid sometimes, but in Spanish, and then it's a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
In English, it feels a little bit snobby. Sweden. Yes.
Yeah.
New Jersey.
Sweden.
That's great. New Jersey is nice. Scotty collects women. Fred, Indiana. That's great. So then I guess it's too early for you guys to start drinking. Scotty could actually start. You know what, Scotty? There was one time when I got, yes, I love Halloween, right? And then there was one year when I didn't do anything for Halloween because I was sad. And I remember I went to the supermarket feeling really sad. I used to have like a little bit of white hair here. And then I just put on my coat, and then I just kept on going to the supermarket, and people were like, oh, and everyone's just looking at me in a really like impressed way. And I go to the supermarket, and some lady's like, oh, I love what you did with your hair. And I'm like, oh my God, like people love me today. And this is nice. I have no reason to be sad for. And then when I went back up, then I saw a kid wearing like a mask, and I was like, look, Mom, there's another one. And then I just thought, oh, they think I'm dressed up for trick-or-treating. And then I got home, and then I looked at myself, and I looked like Sweeney Todd with my coat and my boots and my white hair.
Wow.
So that was quite sad, because I actually thought that I was just looking pretty.
You're pretty. You are, don't
Sometimes.
worry.
Yeah, sometimes. Let's see. You are, you're off work, so not too early. Get going. You should drink some thing light if it's too early. Yeah, we should video chat on the week.
You're natural spooky. Yes, you are.
I am naturally spooky. That's not really a compliment, Scotty, but
Thank you.
I do
I
think
think she meant it like that.
I do think there are some people that are afraid of me. I can come across as a bit strict sometimes, but once you get to know me, then you know I'm a goofball. Hi, Wojtek. What's my main life value, and what are you after in your art, your music, and your songs? Well, what I'm after is just expressing my feelings and getting people to feel them too. That's basically the reason why I make art, whether it's music or while I paint or yeah, whatever it is I do. So everything I do is based on a feeling I have, and it's just kind of hoping that people will feel it as well. So whenever I get positive comments about a song saying like, "Oh, it got to me and I felt this," and if it feels the same as I felt, I get really happy about it. So my main value, my main life value, I don't know. Living. I
It's a weird one.
I'm not sure really. Like I guess I like justice and things being fair, and I like uh, making people happy and feeling like I can make a difference, making people feel like I can offer uh, something fair or just to them, you know. So even if I can't change their life situation, then I will do something to make it feel a little bit difficult. So that's why I do a lot of voluntary work, I think. Thanks for the question. That was great. Let's see. I got a bit lost. Spooky is awesome. She's cute or spooky and a big softie. Well, am I? No, who is? Yeah,
You.
me?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gorgeous. Thanks. um, oh, yeah. Thank you. You guys are an amazing human being, each one of you, too. And yeah, we should meet up and go for sushi. Scotty and Beth, I've never met in my life before. Those are the people that I met through YouTube that I'm very thankful to have in my life. It's crazy how you make these bonds over the internet. It used to be more common when we were teens.
Yeah,
Remember
like
that?
Latin chat. You remember that?
MySpace,
Mirk.
Yeah, yeah, Mirk, Merk. Yes, you guys should come to Norway soon. Let's see. Yeah, justice for all, basically. It sounds a bit corny, but it's true. It's important to me, I think. How do you see your further project albums, heavy metal or rather soft, slowy songs? What do you want? I think I have two. So the thing I was saying before is that I like to combine things a lot, but then when it starts getting really like full of different styles, then I just split it. So what I did now is I have one project that's coming out soon. That's just death metal and it's just heavy sounds. That's called Episanity. And then I have my solo project where I do whatever I feel like. Like, as you have noticed, I have some songs that are quite chill and almost like trip hop kind of thing, or like a soft bluesy vibe, and then suddenly the Lights Abroad, which is really up there and kind of metally, right? And all that is part of the same when we play this live with the whole band, we play those songs together, and we usually finish the concert with The Lights Abroad, because it's so, like, the energy is so intense. So yeah, I kind of want to combine things anyway, but I don't want to get too death metal or too brutal in the solo project, because I feel like that wouldn't fit at all. And to me, having a good set list with a nice flow is very important.
Yeah.
Hello, Kimu Shurg.
That's so weird.
Uh,
Shilonen. That's like
oh yeah.
2 lives ago.
Yeah, did someone write? Oi.
Yes.
Oi. Okay, I didn't read that before. Silunen, I think it was pronounced. That was my first band ever, I think.
Really?
Yeah. When I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I was singing.
Yeah.
I was singing these theater of tragedy songs. There was one theater of tragedy.
Was it a
song.
cover band?
No, we had the original songs, and then we had a couple of covers.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do some Within Temptation as well. I don't really remember a lot. I remember that my very first concert, I think I ended up on the floor in fetal position. That's my version of things. But the guitarist thinks that we did great. And I'm thinking...
You were like... Why? Why were you in the floor?
What I remember...
Was it like really...
Yes, what I remember was that...
Excitement?
The song was starting, and then it was like 4 rounds or 4 bars before I was supposed to start singing. And then as the time approached, I was like... and then I just felt like... and then my voice didn't really come out. And I literally remember like singing and slowly going down on the floor until I was down on the floor. And I remember his sister taking pictures.
So performative. So theatrical. Yes.
But I talked to the guitarist not so long ago, and he was like, "No, it did great." And I remember it felt good to finish the song, and I thought, yeah, it felt damn good to finish the song because I didn't want to be there. But that was the only time. After that, I don't think I've gotten that nervous ever again. So maybe you just had to go through that.
Yeah.
But I am not usually nervous when I go on stage. But that was a good project. I really liked it.
Origin stories. See.
Yes. Yes. That is. I have a lot of memories about people complaining about the other guitarist smelling like a tortilla. But because he was a vegan and he had a smell, Shino.
Oh, yes.
But I actually liked the smell. And it smelled like something organic.
Vegan.
Yes. It smelled like something nice.
Wasn't what I think it was with that guy that you became a vegetarian because of apuesta.
A bet?
A bet, remember? That he told you, I don't think, because Priscilla loves meat since she was like, And I remember that he told you that, he said, I bet you wouldn't last more than a week, not eating meat. And then he showed you like this Earthling movie,
but that was another guy. That was Chavita.
I thought it was a Chino.
No. But I did. But that was after. That was when I went vegan.
Yeah.
Because I went vegetarian when I was in high school.
Yes.
But but I think that had more to do with this. I went through like an obsessive meditative phase. Like I was meditating hours a day and then not eating meat actually helped. But and I'm not gonna get into that. But I did become a vegan later on. The benefit concert you did for Ukraine was very nice. Perhaps I shouldn't care more about that situation more than other places, but because of Ukrainian artists, especially Ginger, I do. Yeah, the benefit concert was very special to me. I was briefly singing in Rage Against the Machine cover band, and it felt like it was really a good thing to do together. So like have a couple of Rage Against the Machine songs at an outdoor place while gathering funds to fight the war. And at the beginning, that was the reason why this was done. And then I kind of felt the need to just help the people more than fighting the war itself. Because I have some Ukrainian friends, and then it turns out they were in really urgent need for some help directly in Ukraine. So yeah, this thing and this initiative was really, really important to me. I really like your song, Not Alone, but the End of Faith album is good also. Yeah, End of Faith is actually going to release a new song just to kind of, just for good old time's sake. But it's still in the works. It's kind of, the structure is there, so it is coming out sometime this year, I think. I just have to get my shit together. Luces de Alba. Oh my goodness. Who are you, Ekimushurg?
Yeah, who are you?
Benjas?
Ah.
Okay, slow.
Ooh.
Chino? Great song. Yeah, I don't want to listen to it. I think all that stuff from back there then had a lot of potential, but it still sounds like a kiddie band. You know, we were teenagers. Wouldn't you like to know? Yeah, so that's slow, for sure. I saw a video of a very young Priscilla in a band back in Mexico. Oh my god, no. I believe you looked maybe 17 or 18. I forget the name of that. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
That's why I don't Google myself. I don't want to know. But thanks for
Let's
letting me
try it
know. No! No. Let's see.
No.
As an old school thrash death metal fan and musician, your vocals are unparalleled in the metal space. Love the intensity and ability to get into that guttural range. Yes, I'm very happy to have some death metal fans on the chat, actually, because that's my passion. I mean, I love making music that expresses my feelings, but the death metal bit and the brutal side of it, and thrash especially, is just stuff that I'm always going to be really passionate about. There's something about the energy and the type of feeling you express that you don't get with other styles. And I actually got a couple of followers. I don't know if it was this morning or yesterday, because I randomly made a comment on a Facebook video where there was this woman screaming, and they just said that she was screaming for a living, so she was like a scream artist. It said
Scream artist.
So she's one of those voice over artists, or those voice actors that specializes in screaming. So you would see clips of her going like, Wah! You know, like, so that's the stuff, the sounds they put on movies when someone's getting
get
killed.
paid for that?
I didn't know.
I can't scream. I want to have that.
So one of the comments she made was like, yeah, it's screaming, blah, 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 but you really get drained out. And I'm like, what? And I just wrote, I scream professionally or whatever, and I actually feel relaxed, and I just feel like energized from it. And then people started commenting with a lot of laughs. They were all laughing at my comment. And then some guy called me a Karen, and I'm like, and they were like, what?
A what? A
Karen.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I don't know what they asked I was, and I just wrote, I'm a death metal singer. And then I got some new followers. So
That's a good strategy. Yeah, strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it because of that. And then someone asked, "Oh, do you have a YouTube channel?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." But for me, it's funny to put my YouTube channel on that because I don't really have a lot of stuff on it.
Yeah.
But it's nice anyway, and I just thought it was quite a funny thing to relate to that. When you share my harsh vocals with reactors, it never fails to impress. I scared highly. That's true. Oh, thank you, Papa Bear. I like it when people call me beautiful. I don't feel beautiful though. My sister's beautiful too. But yeah, some people get scared. I remember my dad used to hate it when I growled. And then at some point, you guys came to visit me in Berlin. And I showed you some songs from my old death metal band where I was growling. And then my dad was like, take that away, take that away. And then I think you asked my grandmother, because she was there, like, oh, what do you think? And she was like, yeah. Thank you, Papa Bear. I'm sure you're talented too. It feels really strange to call someone Papa Bear.
Yeah, it does.
It feels a bit weird.
It's weird.
But it's a nice nickname though.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
No, there's a lot of things you remember that I don't remember as well. So I guess that's how it goes. So yeah, we used to play together in a band, The Undertakers, and you were playing bass.
The Undertakers.
And I was playing guitar and writing music and singing. Yeah. And you were doing some vocals too and screaming. My sister is a great screamer. You want to scream?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You want to
I
scream?
try. I try. So yeah, we did play.
It was fun.
It was really fun playing together. And there was a transition of genres in that band.
Yeah, at first I think it was like a. Remember, it was called first. Oh my god. Uterus.
Oh, I should scream. There we go. A tour de force when it comes to metal. Whoa, wow, that's great. I think I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Primal Sister Scream. Yeah, we have these full moon ceremonies where we just run naked in the forest and just scream at the moon and just howl.
Yeah. And then blood comes from our ears. And
I was just like, don't say vagina.
No.
Don't say vagina.
No.
Oh my god, am I your favorite metal singer? That's great. I've never been anyone's favorite something, so that's really cool. Maybe I should send you an autograph. Do people still do that? I can send you an autographed postcard.
Yeah.
I don't think people do that anymore.
Oh.
Hola, tia.
Hola, tia.
And I just said vagina.
Oh.
My aunt just showed up. Okay. Anyway, there was this all-female band I saw you in that had a very interesting Castrator. Yes, that was a really cool adventure because I got to travel to New York back and forth. I think I was there for a year maybe, and I was writing music as well for that band, so I really got very enthusiastic and passionate about the project because, like I said, death metal and thrash have always been my passion. And in case you don't know, I am first a guitarist and a drummer before a singer, actually. So I started focusing more on playing death metal guitar and thrash. I and then I went into the other styles, and I started growling after I was doing all the quiet singing and the brutal metal guitars. So yeah, but this one was an all-girl band or all-female band that we were in Mexico.
Yeah.
And it transitioned from like grunge, garage grunge to hardcore punk.
Hardcore punk, yes.
And then one kind of started getting even more hardcore, and then touching metal a little bit.
Yeah.
And then suddenly it became technical melodic death metal.
Yeah.
And then everyone left, and it was just me and the drummer because we were really into it. And we're like, fuck it, yeah, it's just two people. But it worked great. So that was a fun project.
Hey, it lasted maybe, 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 3 years for a teen/young adult is quite a long time.
And we traveled a lot, Yeah.
We did travel quite a lot, and actually touring or traveling for playing and even going abroad.
Yes.
We warmed up for the Misfits.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That was amazing.
That was really cool, yes.
Yeah. Jerry only is a douche, but it was fun.
But we have a picture with him, so.
Made it work. And actually, fun fact, this shirt I'm wearing for the What is Love song.
You bought it there?
That was a gift. That was a gift from them.
Oh.
And I kept it because I was the boss of the band.
She never told us!
Of course I
No,
did.
you didn't! No, she never told us.
I did.
I'm gonna call right now to Lulu.
No, but so we played a lot of shows and many different places. We went through really cool things and really shitty things together on the road. And we even played at some weird strip club thing or something, like really low. What was it?
Well,
Somewhere in Mexico. It was really strange. But every time, like, I know bands in Europe, especially, I don't know how it works in the States, because my experience with playing in the States is that you don't really get paid much for when you're playing unless you're really making it big. But we used to get quite a good amount of money, and when you get money here, what's normal to do is just put it in a band account, and then you use it for band-related expenses. And everyone's okay with it. But what we used to do was just like, fuck the band account, and we would just split it in equal parts and then go shopping the day after.
yeah, I mean.
That was a great deal. And
Fuck the future.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't have like an overview on what's happening next or what can we do with this money. It was more like, I need a new shirt and I need new shoes.
Yeah, fucking insurance and.
Yeah, we didn't have insurance.
Fuck college.
We didn't care about that.
But we had clothing, so.
Yeah, it was fun. You did know you have an entry on Metal Encyclopedia thing on the net, right? Yes, I've had that for a while now, and I don't go in and check. Because I'm not really sure who is putting things up there. At some point I found it, I don't know what I was looking for, and then I was like, what? I'm on this? And then I started reading, and then I thought, how do they know? Like, who knows? Who put this on here? So then I just decided not to look. Because I just start thinking too much about it and try to figure out who's been putting my information there. Because I don't think I've been talking too much about what I do. So I think, I don't know, there must be some hardcore death metal fans that like their information.
Yeah. But I think that's cool. So
Let's see. It would give me meaning in my meaningless life if you would send me an autograph. That sounds sarcastic, but I'll do it anyway. Yeah, I don't. I don't Google myself or search for.
you should.
No.
It's really interesting to
You
see.
do it?
Yeah, of course.
Mm.
Yeah, but I do it because when you in Mexico, when you do a project, you know, if you want to have how do you say it, like a beca?
Mm. A scholarship.
No, but
Funding?
yeah, like funding.
Mm.
So you need to sometimes see what's on Google.
Oh. Because that's what they check.
Regarding your name, because maybe sometimes they see, you know, who are you, if it's okay to give you like thousands of pesos for you to spend on a project that maybe it's not gonna be worth it, or so they see who are you, right? Like what kind of projects do you do, and
Old imaginary friends. This is totally slow. Papa Bear. Yes, if you want me to send you a gift, I would need your address. I won't share it with anyone. And if that is problematic, then I can send whatever to a P.O. box or I don't know. But anyway, you can send me your address to my Facebook page. Private message. Priscilla Serrano official.
okay.
And yeah, just send me your address and I'll send you a postcard. For sure. Let's see. Imaginary friends. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you travel.
You said you traveled a lot. Where was your favorite audience and why? What has been? Well, for us or for me?
No. Oh, we were talking about the Undertakers. There was one, but I don't remember the place. That everyone was just like, I think it was Tampico.
And what happened there?
That just people were just like really into us, and they were like, oh, give me an autograph.
Okay, yeah, actually, we used to sign a lot of autographs in
Yes.
Mexico. That was a thing back then.
Yeah.
And I think up until when I moved to Berlin, that was a thing as well. And then it just kind of slowly stopped being a thing. And then suddenly everyone was taking selfies and the autograph thing stopped happening. Or at least I haven't had that in many years now. I think the last time I had it was when I was playing in this band, The River Knows. And then I did sign a couple of autographs, but that was in Spain. But anyway, Tampico. I remember Tampico in Mexico. That's a city close to the beach. And I remember that because a very good friend of mine now, actually, back then, wasn't a great friend.
Oh.
He did something naughty.
Yes, I remember that.
So I was playing my guitar, and I had back then I wasn't singing. I was doing backing vocals and playing guitar, and then Adriana Morris.
She was
singing.
singing. Yes.
And I remember I was wearing a camouflage skirt, and I was wearing shorts underneath because I'm playing up on the stage, of course. And I had my military boots, so I'm playing, and then this crazy, funny, stupid guy comes with this camera, and then he goes like this, between my legs.
Yeah.
And then when I see that he's about to do it, he didn't manage. But I had shorts anyway, but what the fuck, right? And when he's about to do it, then I just didn't think of anything. And I just went like this. You know, from this stage on his chest. And he was this like hardcore dude. He was like kind of tough. He has a gym now. He does mixed martial arts. And then I just saw him like, you know, and just like, and then people just grabbed him. And he started kind of like trying to fight them off so he could come up on stage. I don't know what he was going to do, but I just kept on playing and just kept on being really angry. And
yeah, that was not cool.
And then they just kicked him out. And I don't remember what happened next. I think we did have like a confrontation.
No, we did. They waited outside because this guy called Loco.
Yeah, he was together with the singer.
They were together. And the singer was his girlfriend. But at the same time, it was like the best friend of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, they kicked them out. I remember that.
They kicked them out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I remember that at the end
they
of the
waited
concert,
for us.
They waited for us. And they just came like trying to fight. And just like, and then I didn't care. I just went like, and also this guy is like as tall as me.
Who? Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
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 So then we just started kind of shouting at each other really close. I imagine that's how male fights start. Just like, right? But I mean, it's not okay at all. And then fast forward sometime, he reached out to me and he apologized and he said that he was really stupid, and then we became super, super good friends. And every now and then we remember that episode, and he is embarrassed by it. So it's nice that he has some self-reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. You know what you should do after the new project drops? You should start a Patreon or OnlyFans account. I'd subscribe. You know what, Fred? I do have a Patreon, but like I said before, I have a lot of anxiety about self-promotion and posting on social media and all that stuff. So it does take a lot of effort to me to actually put things out there and update my accounts, but I do try and I do it. So if you're interested and if you would like to support, there is a Patreon account, and you can become my Patreon, and I can finally start using it, because I think so far I just have like 2 Patreons. And the link to that is under the description of my latest video, which is a time lapse of me painting a commission work, or on the about of my YouTube channel. Yeah, I know you didn't know. A lot of people don't know. Some people know, but there's not a lot of stuff there. So the 2 people that are supporting me monthly are just doing it to support, and I'm so thankful, and I feel like I owe them a lot. But there is a bunch of stuff that you can subscribe to, that you can get material from, if you help out. Do you know what Patreon is?
Yes, you explained it.
I showed you, yeah. So I think it's a cool concept, but it's also scary if you don't have a lot of people, and then you end up having to come up with all of this content for the one person that's subscribed. I got 1 Patreon. One of the wives, Beth.
Oh.
Thank you. That's really great. And anything helps, really. I mean, it doesn't. It's just nice to be able to have people being part of the community and contributing to what I'm doing, because right now a lot of it comes from my own pocket. But let's see. I wonder if someone has a video of me Sparta kicking. That is what it was. It is the Sparta kick. Yes, that was a hilarious story. There's a lot of funny stories that at the moment weren't that funny.
No,
and,
they weren't.
Yeah, but now in retrospect, we survived, and
But
they
I think
make
it's
for
a
great
funny.
story.
I think it's a funny story because of the ending, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Dominic. Greetings to Poland. That's nice. What do I know in Polish? Tak. And I knew another thing. I know another
Let's wait for
word.
that.
Something with arka. I think that's a bad word though. Oh yeah, hi. You should teach me some Polish. I like Polish. What is it? I don't remember. There's a bad word that I hear Polish people saying a lot.
Hard language.
It is a very hard language, yeah. I hear it a lot because the largest minority in Norway is Polish. There's a lot of Polish people living here.
I didn't
So
know that.
I know quite a lot of Polish people. They're quite nice. Yeah, I would like to go to Poland, but I need to get used to the concept of holidays.
Yeah. But I think every artist needs that. I mean, we have the same thing and problematic stuff in Mexico.
Yeah.
You kind of have this thing like a workaholic thing because you're independent
Mm-hmm.
and you need to work a lot because you need
Yeah.
to survive, right? To eat. And yeah, holidays and even weekends.
Yeah.
You don't even know what that is because
Yeah, you're working the whole time.
Yeah.
Actually, like I used to think that I was hardworking, but then when I met Leo and I just realized how he works, I just thought I'm a fucking joke. Like I can't call myself a workaholic. Or I think maybe it's not that he's a workaholic, but he works really, really hard because so if we do the math, right? He uploads a new video, a new cover song every Friday. So then that means that he has to produce one new cover to be released every Friday. Whether he starts before and then produces a bunch at once and then develops later, that I'm not sure how it works. But when I did the video with him, then I realized that, okay, we were done with the recording and he was done with the mixing on the Monday. And then we did some adjustments on the Tuesday. And then the Wednesday, I went in and filmed my parts, which was just like, you know. And then he edited the video on Thursday and put stuff up on social media about it.
I'm getting stressed.
Friday. And then Friday, it was out.
Wow.
And I was just thinking.
So it's not even a week, right?
But this is not even a week for producing a video.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
The song was produced way before. And
Okay.
the vocals were recorded around that time as well. Not in the same week, but we did finish the last bits on that week.
Wow.
So it's still quite intense because basically you're finishing a music video, a proper, professional, well-made music video once a week.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you're telling this story about one video at the same time he's making another video, right? Like he's producing another song with someone else because another Friday.
Yeah, well, it's not always with other people. Sometimes he works on his own, and sometimes he does his songs. Like he has stuff ready, kind of ready to be done, but it still needs to be finished and edited, and produced and ready to release before the Friday. So I can imagine what I get when I work. Um, is this kind of like rush, and I'm pretty sure I have ADHD, and that also makes it happen. But the deadline thing, that is what makes me most effective. Because if I have a long time before my deadline, then my workflow is going to be a little bit sloppy, and then getting closer to the deadline, I'll get this adrenaline rush, and I'll be super productive, and I'll just like.
But do you think is like that is a cultural thing? Because I have that.
No, everyone has some kind of it.
Because I know a lot of people in Mexico that has that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I know a lot of foreigners that do not like to work like that at all, and they do not work like that. But I don't know. I'm just asking.
I know a lot of people with ADHD that work exactly like that, whether they're foreigners or they're not. So I think it depends on the personality, how you like to work, maybe your cultural background as well. But I can imagine that with Leo, he has that a feeling every week, you know, because the deadlines are so short.
Mm-hmm.
So I can imagine that if I had to do that for a living, and I would just focus on that 100%, then I would get things done, but I will always be up here rushed up, and I would always be having some kind of adrenaline rush. Yeah. So I don't think that would work for me because I would crash badly. But yeah, he is super talented, and he has a really great way of working. And after doing this for many years, then you start finding your own workflow based on your needs, right? So now I know that sometimes I'm a lot faster at getting done with certain things that 2-3 years ago took me ages to be done with. He has a blog about the process of creating the song and video, posted some years ago. Yeah, I think I saw it as well. Yeah, I think I would actually like to go to Poland to play. I did go to Poland and play a show with an old band that I had in Berlin called Arise. That was a really cool metalcore band. And if you want to look for it on YouTube, just type Arise Berlin. Or Arise Metal Band Berlin, because otherwise you'll get the Sepultura Arise. And we did play at a place in Poland that had a catwalk. That's the first time ever that the stage has a catwalk. So I could like walk down the catwalk and scream.
Okay.
And people, yeah, that was really strange.
Yeah, you were like, like rolling and grabbing everyone's hand.
Leo's a workaholic, yeah, probably. But I feel like when it becomes a routine, the way he has it, maybe it's not so much being workaholic, but just being very systematic.
I don't know. I think workaholic means that you don't know how to like enjoy holidays or free time.
Oh, but Leo enjoys holidays.
And like, I mean,
yeah, I think it is. That's what defines a workaholic, I think.
Yeah, like our dad has this like anxiety when he's just, you know, he's just sitting down doing nothing. He's just like,
I have the same.
Like he needs to do something, because if not, he's like, oh.
Yeah, I have exactly the same. So if I am going away for holiday, I need to have some kind of work or a project just for the holiday. Otherwise, I just blow up. What happened my last holiday, last time I went to Mexico, was that I just exploded and ended up obsessively painting my grandmother's wall, and I made this massive mural in what, like 4 days? No, 3 days.
Yeah.
Because I felt like, no, it's too much. Then I was just like, hold my baby. And then I just went out and sprayed. And then they would bring my baby just to breastfeed and then just like paint again. That's being workaholic. Let's see. He lets him keep the revenue from the material he reacts to. Almost nobody does that. Oh, wow. I wish he did that with me. Hi, Egdysis. How are you? Hearts. That's true, but given the number of instruments he plays, he has to be extremely focused. Yeah, but I mean, I think that's something that happens with people that are into different disciplines or into a lot of instruments, that they have a different way of working. So that's how I see it. Like, it's more systematic. I do the same, and I'm pretty sure Trolls does the same. When I sent him my material for Epicenity, he was done with it like 2 days later. And then the drums were, if not perfect, very close to exactly how I wanted them. So I was extremely impressed. He has a really good sense for not just getting things done, but visualizing how things are supposed to sound at the end. So that was great. That's why I like to work with multidisciplinary people, because the way they work is a lot different than people that just have this one thing, you know. So if they're used to having to adapt to different settings, to different instruments, to different styles, then it's easier to find like a middle ground when things are not matching, or when like the problem resolution is a whole different thing compared to a person that just focuses on one discipline. Because you are used to having to adapt to different sounds, different techniques.
Yeah.
So it's like your brain is used to shifting, and very often those people can speak different languages, and they learn things super fast, and yeah. So I think it's quite interesting, actually. We should study their brains. Trolls is amazing too. Yeah, he's such a nice guy. He's so cool. I'm actually very happy to be able to have them on my new releases, even though it feels a little bit, I feel a bit strange about using or stealing his musicians, when it was him who got me into this YouTube thing, and then suddenly I'm just like, oh, what about your bass player? And oh, you have a drummer too? So yeah, that's funny, but I hope he doesn't think anything weird about it. I don't know if he knows. I hope he doesn't know.
He doesn't know why, no?
I don't know. He will know later when I release stuff, I guess. But yeah. What else? Do you have any questions?
Do I have any questions? Well, I was thinking about that, like that kind of interdisciplinary, because someone asked before if you have like a web page for them to see your art.
Oy,
because
did they ask that?
Yes, because I think that's really important for people to know that Priscilla is not only a musician, right? I mean that you have another. No, I think it's
You
really
should
bad.
just read them. If I skip them, it's hard to keep up. Yeah, I do other things and
Like what kind of other things you do, what kind of other things you like, because she, you know, you made this like short film also, right? I don't think people know, like here, they don't really know that you're into.
Yeah, I'm into film as well.
Yeah.
I'm a little filmmaker. But that's the thing, like when and I'm not kidding, it's not just me saying oh, I have some anxiety over posting things. It's a real thing. Like I know that as an artist, I'm supposed to gain exposure by putting my material out there, but at the same time, there's this kind of hold, right? And then it's difficult to publish things that I've done before. But yeah, I work with graphic design. I do digital artwork. I have worked with photography as well, and making films. I am currently working on directing and producing a children's opera. It's like a theater opera but adapted to film. Um, and that's a Snow White movie. And that's really sweet. And I'm also, well, I'm a street artist, so I'm a painter and an illustrator. And what else do I do?
What else?
Well, I make music, I record music, I'm a sound technician as well. That's also another thing that people here um, tend to only take you seriously for one thing. And then when you say, hey, but I can do the sound, they're like, what? But you're a musician, and or you're a painter, or you're a teacher, you know, because I'm also a music teacher, and I'm actually starting a music school at the end of the year or beginning of next. And I'm starting a cultural center, which is a big deal. And it sounds pretty crazy.
It sounds a big deal.
But that's the thing. That's why I don't tell anyone, because it feels like such a huge deal. And it's a huge place in the big, big project that I feel strange about sharing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a sound technician and I'm a music producer. I have my studio. This is my studio. This is the production room. But I can't show you because my phone is taped to a pile of books sitting sitting on a children's chair on top of my coffee table, because I forgot my stand. And but yeah, I also compose music. I've composed music for your
Oh yes.
performances.
Yes.
Yeah.
2, I think. Maybe.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
a video editor, so if anyone needs anything, just
You
let me
did
know.
my first 2 logos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I think, yeah, I think it's really important for people to know what other material you have.
Yeah, with other things.
Yeah.
The problem with doing so much is that, and I mean, I also design or been working with,
That's true.
I've always had a, that's slow.
I knew it from the first time I saw you.
No, but anyway, like I've also done some web design, and when you think about things as a web designer, and then I think about how do I present all of these things in a good way without it making look crazy and like a super bad 90s website, you know, because there's so many things that I feel like I had to categorize everything, and that's why I separated some of my projects into 3 things, and now I'm running 3 companies because I couldn't fit all of it in one.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, but how do I make a website about this and also include the fact that it's me doing it, you know, like, so I think at the end I'll just have to have a website for myself with all the links to things that I do, and that's it.
Like your three companies, right?
All of the websites
Yes.
that lead to all the projects, because each project and each thing I do has like a portfolio on its own.
Yeah.
And so I can't possibly include all of that in one. That's why it's so difficult for me to get it out there, because I wouldn't even know how to start. Um, so yeah, that's a challenge.
She needs an assistant.
I do have an assistant, but
Another kind of assistant.
yeah, maybe. Maybe someone who is good at doing techie stuff.
Well, I don't know in English, but we call it redes.
Yeah.
There's people dedicated to only being on your media stuff, and they know that you need to post every Thursday and Friday and they select what kind of pictures and what information and that stuff.
I need to have someone that does that for me.
Yes.
Because I can't do it myself. And I need to have someone that uploads things to Instagram and that like updates my status, because it's so awkward for me to do that. And then I just give I get so much anxiety about what I posted, and yeah. Actually, what really impressed a lot of reactors is when I tell them you teach. A lot of them work in the field, and that gets their attention. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm really passionate about teaching, actually. I'm very passionate about. I'm really passionate about cognitive development and about how the brain works and about different teaching methods and structures. I'm super passionate about making teaching fun and also practical, and making things fast, and also to do it in a way that people can kind of continue developing themselves without having to depend on the teacher forever, right? So one of the things I do the most is I coach. I'm a singing teacher and a vocal coach, and I specialize in growling and screaming. And for me, it's super important to teach my students in a way that they can learn to correct their mistakes, and they can learn to improve their technique on their own and figure out what things are potentially damaging, and figure out how to heal and so on without having to depend on me forever. Because what I see in the field when it comes to singing teachers, especially in the classical field, is that you have to stick to the teacher for quite a long period of time to develop and strengthen the technique, but there's so much that you can do on your own. And then I feel like if you are teaching people in a way that doesn't let them do things on their own, then they end up depending on your reassurance to feel safe on the stage or working on a piece. Like, they always need kind of this reassurance, and I don't like that. I like to feel like I am giving my students this strength and independence so they can just be well off on their own. I am a true believer of people being self-taught and going into that what's it called? When you teach yourself things.
Yeah. Eh, sí, autoaprendizaje.
But there's one word.
Yeah, I know.
Yes. autodidacta.
Yes.
Hello, Serhat. Serhat is a really good percussionist and drummer, and he worked here briefly as well. I think now he moved to another city in Norway. And I guess you understand the importance of learning on your own and reaching a certain level, right? To be able to get into, I think at some point you were trying to get into, what was it, jazz? And I thought it was super impressive that you were self-teaching, or you were teaching yourself all of these crazy jazz rhythms, and because it's quite a big deal when you are a musician to get into jazz. So that's I think that's a cool thing, to be able to have that discipline to learn yourself and to ask and get some coaching here and there and develop on your own. That is something I'm very passionate about, and I like to encourage my students to do that too. But I also teach other stuff. One thing I'd like to get into was doing tutorials on YouTube.
You did that?
No, I want to get into it.
Oof.
But I mean, I wouldn't do it. I think I would just share my screen, record it, and show my workflow. Some people asked me about that when I posted a video. I did a concert in 3D, or using ambisonics. And then some people were curious about how I mixed my song for 3D. So that's one of my things on the to-do list, to just post a video on how I set up my project on Cubase, or Nuendo was in this case, for ambisonics, and how I mixed the song, which is supposed to be my next single, but I haven't released it yet. So yeah, that's one of the things I want to do. And maybe Photoshop or Premiere Pro tutorials. I think that's really fun. It's fun to watch too.
Yeah, it's fun to watch when you need some.
I think you've done some video teaching as well, right?
No, I've done it for a workshop. But no, it's not a tutorial, no.
No, but haven't you done, because I've never done anything that's been pre-recorded and then just streamed. I usually, when I do video teaching, then it's with a specific person.
Yeah, it's live, right?
No, it's like a private student, and then from another country, and then we just have the lesson over the internet. But I think I remember that at some point during the pandemic, you had some courses.
Yeah, but it was live.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But it's still online.
Yes, I mean, it's online, but for the workshop participants.
Yeah. But I've never done that. I think that sounds cool. Yeah. I hope you watch. I need to be pushed a little bit. So if it hasn't happened in a couple of weeks, it would be great to get reminded. 'Cause it's practically ready. So yeah. Do you have any more questions?
Not really.
Hello from Ukraine. Hello. What's your name? You know what? Do you remember when we lived in, was it Pennsylvania, that my mom had a Ukrainian friend that needed work, and for some reason she thought that it would be a great idea to get us into Ukrainian lessons?
What? No.
Yeah. And we were learning Ukrainian. Yeah, we were learning Ukrainian. And
Oh my God,
I don't understand when
I
I
don't.
read it, but I kind of can remember the letters. Because I remember we had to write all that stuff, and we were doing it at her in her house. She was like a private Ukrainian tutor.
I don't remember that.
No, because you were little. You were like 7.
Yes, but I do remember a lot of another stuff. Yeah. Well,
Hi, Valera. Nice that you join us. That's really great. How are you doing? Yeah, I thought that was really funny, but it was interesting as well. I remembered that years later.
she can still teach us. Yeah.
Yes. Valera, is that a female name or is that a male name? But yeah, I would like to learn a little bit. I don't know what language. Is there a language that you would like to learn?
Yes.
Which one?
I would like to learn. Well, first of all, well, my next plan is to learn Portuguese. I'm learning French, but I would really like to learn Purépecha and Nahuatl. Yes.
Like Mexican native
Language.
languages. Yeah. Indigenous languages. That's nice. I think I would like to learn Portuguese as well. And Italian. That'd be nice. It shouldn't be that difficult for Mexicans to learn that.
No, it's not.
Male, Valera, yeah. So Valera is male and Valeria is female.
Nice.
Interesting. Yeah, I asked because I made that mistake before. Because in Mexico, if the name ends in A, then it's female. And if it ends with O, then it's male. But I noticed with other people.
Well, not all the names, but some of them.
It's
like
a general.
Socorro.
Yeah, it's a general rule of thumb, but there are exceptions, of course.
Socorro, it's a really like.
Socorro is not a great name.
No, it's not a great name.
Socorro is a very common old time name in Mexico, and it literally means help.
Like or asking for help. Like ask. Yes. Like yes.
Yeah. There are some names that are not great. Beth is learning Norwegian on Duolingo. I didn't like Duolingo. I tried it a little bit for Italian.
I didn't like it either. Yeah.
No, there was a lot about me asking for apples.
Yes.
And warm milk.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Norwegian is quite easy for English speaking people because the grammar is exactly the same as English.
No.
It's just some of the things, there's some variations of course, but like generally is really close to English, the way things are structured. I feel bad that I took a lot of Spanish and a bit of Portuguese in school and I didn't use it and lost most of it. That's how it goes if you don't practice it.
Yes.
It gets really rusty.
Like you have to look for the words in your memory.
Yeah.
And sometimes your memory is your childhood.
Yeah. Actually, that happens to me in Spanish as well. Like if I haven't used it for a long time, and then if I'm speaking to another Spanish-speaking people that's not from Mexico, I'll just do something weird with my accent and my pronunciation, and I will forget some words. It's really weird. It's just a massive brain fart. And I have the same with German because Norwegian and German kind of use the same place in my brain. So when I travel to Germany, my brain thinks that I'm speaking German, but what's coming out is Norwegian. And then people think I'm having a stroke. And I'm like, and they're like, what? And so, and then like 2 days later, I start getting it back. So it takes a little while. Yes, phrases are a bit weird. Hallo, Rainer. I haven't spoken German in such a long time. But I think it's a beautiful language, actually. I think German is my favorite language.
Yeah.
It's super nice. And I wish I could speak more of it. Uh, okay, I don't know if you are really not understanding or if that's the only thing you understand or you could say. Because here in Norway, there's a lot of people that speak some German, but just go to phrases because they get German at school. Some of them have had German at school for 5 years, but they
Wow.
still don't speak much of it, and then they just say stuff like that, like "Ich verstehe nicht," and that's it. And it's the same with Spanish. A lot of people have Spanish for like 5 years, and they don't speak it because they don't learn it to speak. But greetings to Germany. I hope I can make it to Berlin sometime soon. There's a lot of variation in Spanish. They teach you Spanish, but I had teachers from Cuba and Argentina with very different accents. Yeah, that's a stretch. I think when I speak, I don't know if you have the same. Probably not, because maybe you're more used to shifting or talking to people with other accents. But here, when I meet someone from Argentina and I have a conversation, I will start speaking like a person from Spain.
Oh, that's so weird. I don't.
My pronunciation gets really weird.
No, we don't have that.
I don't know why I do that. Best German teacher is Rammstein. Yes. I don't like Rammstein, but they are great entertainers. That's for sure. Du hast.
Du hast nicht. Or something like that.
I don't know if it's du hast nicht or du hast mich. Nein, du hast mich. Du hast mich something. I don't remember the lyrics. But yeah, we're getting close to the end of this hangout and Q&A video. Super nice for you to join us. I'm from Germany, and sometimes it's really hard to understand people from Bavaria, for example. It's really interesting how different languages can be in one country. Yes, Norwegians have the same. They call it dialects, but to me it's more accents. Because in Mexico, when you talk about a dialect, it's almost like a completely different language. If you have, like the Nahuatl dialect, for example. It's
No, we don't call it dialect.
Yeah, you call it dialect.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's now not well called.
Hmm?
You don't call it like that, because a dialect has an underappreciated stuff. So now it's not. How do you say it? Like it's not politically
Correct.
now.
I
So
see. So you changed it?
So it's a language.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's a language. Well, when I left Mexico, it was a dialect, and we had different dialects. And so when I moved here, when people talked about dialects, it was like a language. But here, when they say dialect, then they talk about accents depending on the region.
Yeah.
So then Stavanger has a dialect, and that's very different to the dialect they have in Bergen, which is another big city, or Kristiansand, and the dialect changes the way they pronounce things, the intonation, and some of the words as well.
But
And I think
but in Mexico we do have that.
not that extremely as here, no.
No, but we do have that.
You have accents. Like you have the accent in the north.
And another, we change words from the north and from the south.
Yeah.
Like the other day I learned, you say las plebes. And Las Plebes in Sonora, it's kids. And if you say plebe, it's a it's like a bad word in
Yeah, it's a slang.
yeah.
And then it's an actual word in another city.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I think here it's more like the words change in the way they are spoken, and the way they're written even. Um, Different things happening in Stavanger these coming days. Not really. I have a couple of workshops for kids. I've been having summer schools. I had a band camp in Sola and a culture school some weeks ago, and now I will have a graffiti and film camp in a place called Tananger, and there's gonna be another summer camp after that, focused on film and sound design or music production. Those are quite cool. So now in the summer, it's more about working with summer camp and children activities. And after that, I guess there's a place here where I usually play a song or two, and I usually play new releases as well. I try to every time I play at this place, I play a new song, or I just write a song for to perform at this place. It's it's a place called Martinique. It's a common or a known pub in the area, and they have an open mic night that's quite famous here, and they do once a month on the first Thursday of the month, and I try to play there as often as I can and just play new music or improvise. So I think I'm going to be doing that in August. I think, or I don't know when they start, if they are still on summer break in August, and then I would start in September, or if they start in August, then I will be doing that for sure. Thanks, Beth. It was really great having you here. Speaking of which, says Fred, how did you come to write a song in Nahuatl? Can you actually read it? I know there are a few Mexican bands that perform in Nahuatl. Yeah, this song actually, I had to research a little bit how to pronounce things because some things are a bit different. But at the end, what I wanted to do is just perform a song in a different language, and that was representative of the country I come from. And this is an old poem that I felt fit really well to that song. So I posted it on my YouTube channel. It's in the album of The End of Faith, and the lyrics are down there as well, also translated to English, I think. So I just took fragments of the poem, and yeah, it's one of my favorite songs too. And it's also it's one of those songs where I really scream with a lot of feeling, because of how the story goes. So that's a really cool one. I think that one and the song that's called I Am are my favorite songs. But yeah, I just wanted to have actually that band I had when I was a teen, Silonen. There was a song that had some Nahuatl phrases as well. So I think that's how I got the idea of doing a whole song in Nahuatl because of it. Because I wanted to kind of go back to that tradition, or that, yeah, original idea. I felt like it was a nice thing to do. And yeah, I've heard of other Mexican bands that perform in Nahuatl as well. But no, I don't know how to speak and or read it. No, I just did it to kind of honor or commemorate the language and the culture itself. I have never done a metal song in Spanish. I think that would have been weirder. So maybe that's why it was easier to do as well in Nahuatl instead. It doesn't feel natural to sing death metal in Spanish to me, I think. Yeah, so I think we're done for today. It's been very nice to hang out with everyone, and thank you for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed it. It's starting to get a bit dark, and I hope that I can get to upload a little bit more content soon. Before my sister leaves back to Mexico, we were thinking about maybe doing a collaboration, and so it could be that that is the next video that's coming up. Something where she can perform doing her art, which is dancing or moving or maybe acting or maybe screaming.
Yeah, whatever.
Anything. No, but she's super talented, so it would be great to do that before she leaves. And either do like a live jam or make a video of what we're working on. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. I think it's I'm super happy and super thankful to have so many followers and people that check out my music and my uploads, and I will really try to post things more often. I get a lot of requests to update or post specific content, and I'm gonna start doing that as well. And I have a Patreon page in case you want to support, and also you can follow me on Instagram for more updates. And the thing that I update the most actually is the Facebook page, which is Priscilla Serrano Official. But yeah, thank you, Fred. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Willow. And good night to everyone. Thanks for hanging out.
Thank
Hope
you.
we can do this again.